all. Welcome back to Texan Overtime. My name is Tori Garcia. I'm a volleyball beat reporter for the Daily Texan.
And I'm Katie Borchetta, and I'm also a volleyball beat reporter for the Daily Texan.
So before we get into any game statistics, I just want to do a huge congratulations to Logan Eggleston. She has officially made the Longhorn record book for the most aces by a Longhorn volleyball player. She beat Mira Topic, who used to play for the Longhorns in the early 2000s, and she beat her against Kansas State, and she had 188 compared to Topic's 186, but now Logan is up to 190.
That is actually so crazy. Insane. I remember seeing emails being she's about to break the record, and it just wasn't getting there, but we all knew that she would get there eventually. She's an amazing server. It's so intense and so crazy, but
being at the game when that happened, when you're there, or when I'm there, I'm busy reporting, busy looking at the stats and everything like that. When she came up to serve, the crowd went wild. Everybody knew what was going on.
Wow. Did they say anything after? Was any
after the game? I went to talk to Logan after the game, and the smile on her face literally said it all. But the fact that all the fans, knew what was going on, they're all cheering for her. I think that just shows
how important volleyball has become, and how active I think even our fan base is right now. So it's pretty crazy.
And how much of an impact Logan has made on these fans. I wish he was here right now. I wish he made a guest appearance.
No, bring her in.
All right, so before we go in and talk about the devastating Iowa State game,
we're going to bring up Baylor.
We're going to take it back to Baylor for a second. So Baylor last year, I thought it was a pretty notable game because last year Baylor was our only loss in the regular season.
That's true, yeah.
And so, coming into this game, coming to the Baylor game afterwards, after we won, I thought we had a really good chance at becoming undefeated for the whole regular season. I thought we had a good chance, and I heard from the announcers yesterday, they said that UT volleyball has never been undefeated in the entire regular season.
Yeah, I was talking for another story that is in the works. I was talking to a member of the 2012 national volleyball team, from UT, which was 10 years ago, so last time we won a national championship, and they almost went undefeated, and they were talking about how it's obviously it never happened, and they won every single game in their conference except the last game being Iowa State, which I thought was real funny considering what just happened last night. So
no, yeah. And against Baylor, we won in 4 sets. We came down in the second set, and it was pretty interesting because we were ahead by a 7-point lead.
Yeah, I don't get how.
And that was our first set loss since Kansas a few weeks ago.
The beginning of the conference play, yeah.
And so I think that ties back to our overconfidence at times. In the regular season, it's okay to make these mistakes, but once it gets to the NCAA bracket, we can't have those anymore. It's one shot and you're done.
I definitely agree with the mistakes, but I don't know if it's the overconfidence that's an issue, because I don't think, obviously they're a very talented group of girls, and you have to have some confidence and some good mentality going in, but all of them have said every interview, when people ask about being undefeated or how the season's gonna go, they're we're taking it one game at a time. We treat every opponent the way someone treats us, we treat every opponent the exact same. So I think it's really definitely came down to the mistakes that could have been fixed. But
and especially in the Baylor game, Asia O'Neal had a really great game. She had a career high of 8 blocks on the night.
That is crazy. That's intense. She's scary. I see her block, I'm whoa.
And so I have talked to Jared Elliott after a couple games, and I asked him about, being undefeated, but what is something that they can continue to improve on. And he has always mentioned every single time that I've talked to him is getting their middles involved. Yeah. He said that is the key to success for the rest of the season. And I think they're doing a really great job with that. With Asia O'Neal, with Kayla Caffey, especially in the last 2 games, they really came out strong.
No, yeah, I agree. Should we move into Iowa State?
We can move into Iowa State.
All right, cool. Oh.
A devastating loss.
No, that was so upsetting. Oh my gosh. But it was an intense game to watch, for sure.
I think it gave us definitely a wake-up call.
No, it needed to, especially them not even being ranked.
And they had not beat us since 2016.
Wow.
And so, but we did come out very strong in the game. I'm going to pull up the stats real quick.
That's what I was about to bring up, was with, like, the stats, though, were insane.
We had 5 attackers with double-digit kills. We're going to pause on that for a second.
Yeah, it's usually like, what, like 2? Maybe?
No, yeah, it's usually like 1 or 2 players. It's usually like Logan, and then maybe Asia, maybe Skinner.
Yeah.
But Skinner did lead the night with 19 kills. And then Asia O'Neal had her career high of 17 kills on the night.
And 5 blocks on top of that, too.
And 5 blocks on top of that. So that is just another key factor in, using our middles more. And, of course, it didn't go in our favor this time. But I think as long as we just keep that momentum going, keep that consistency, I think that'll be, key to the rest of the season.
Yeah. I think it's just, also, I don't know, it just shows the determination also of, Iowa State. I don't know. I think they just played a really great game. I don't think we ever play a bad game because they're such a, like I said, a talented group of girls. I don't think we ever play a bad game, but it just showed that I think they really just wanted to beat us, and I think they wanted it more, and it showed with the outcome of the game. So,
yeah, I think that we all gave our best shot here, but I think at the end of the day, it came down to stamina and efficiency, and that's just something that they had a one-up on us.
Yeah.
In the second set, there was a little bit of controversy. There were 2 challenge calls by Elliott that did not go our way. And a lot of people think that if that were to be different, then the game would have gone us. But, I think those frustrating calls got in our head a little bit.
I think that gets in our head, and I think whenever they just lose, or they're they get a few points on us or something like that, I think, obviously, good group of girls, but it's a mental game, more than anything, I think. And so, it gets into their head, they're killing the ball over and over and over again. They get a few points on us, you got to take a timeout. It just gets into their head, and I don't think they've fully figured out, because I don't know how I could fully figure out how to overcome that and be, just a good, team after, defeat, I guess.
No, yeah, it seems that when we fall behind kind of far, because we'll go up, we'll have a 7-0 run on them, but then they'll come back and they'll have a 6-0 run on us. That happened in one of the sets in the Iowa State game. And so even after timeouts, something, I don't know if it was us traveling there or if, I don't really know. But I think they did outperform us in many ways. I think especially them having home court advantage. You have the fans behind you and everything like that. But like I said before, with those challenge calls and with that frustration, I don't think that's an excuse.
Yeah.
Both teams, both the Longhorns and Iowa State, utilized a lot of out-of-system play, which is, when the setter doesn't get the second ball. And it was just, I think we did okay on that, but Iowa State, did it better, and that ultimately led them to take 3 out of the 5 sets on us.
Yeah, I agree. There's really nothing else to say besides that, they just wanted it more. I think they deserved to win that game, but we're going to take it and we're going to learn from it. And, we're playing West Virginia
next
on Saturday at 2 p.m. So hopefully we take what we learned from this game and transition it into that game, because I don't want to see any more losses on the schedule. So
no, yeah, we are now 14-1 and 6-1 in the Big 12.
Yeah.
One more thing I want to say about the Iowa State game, I think another reason that we struggled so much was because of our uncharacteristic play. We had so many tips, so many roll shots, and service errors. I think we had 7 or 8 service errors in the match, and, those are costly, and that's something that we can't take into the NCAA bracket, because, like I said, it's, one and done.
Yeah, really.
But, yeah, we have our next game on Saturday.
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
West
West
Virginia.
Virginia in Gregory Gym.
Yes.
So we'll be back in our home court. We'll have the
Thank
fans
God.
back around us, and hopefully we can put one more win on our record.
Yeah.